Drugs and substances continue to be a global problem. According to a study done by the World Health Organization in 2021, 1 in 17 adults aged 15 to 64 have used a drug or substance within the past 12 months. Hello and welcome to the Faces of Mental Health. I am Bulani Mphatswe. In this episode, I review an interview I did with Rethabile Monkhi, who is a drug abuse survivor. He went from being a drug addict to being an advocate against drugs and substances in his community. I will go through his journey and highlight the key points of his interview. Most people start experimenting with drugs and substances in young adulthood. Easy availability of these drugs to our youth poses a major public health concern. Let's hear when Rethabile started using drugs and substances.
I met a whole lot of people that needed a whole lot of things from me. So I was too exposed. Yes.
Youth often associate using drugs and substances with being cool. Peer pressure is often the reason why they are drawn into drugs. And the main reason why they use drugs in the first place is to cope with life stressors. Let's hear what drew Rethabile into the world of drugs.
I really can't say friends, peer pressure maybe was, but I think it was more curiosity. And when I grew up with a bunch of guys where we liked things, and people liked us, we liked other things, you know what I'm saying? Women and parties. So I guess it was me with my curiosity, and they killed me like they killed the cat.
Typically, people use more than one drug at the same time. Especially when used together, drugs can pose a major risk to someone's health and safety and can lead to substance-induced psychosis.
So I started experimenting with illicit drugs. My first drug was cocaine. And I tried a whole lot of things there for that 8 months I was in. So I tried weed, cocaine, ecstasy, mushrooms, until I became ill. I became psychologically ill.
Drinking problems are very difficult to identify. A person may be drinking a lot while still able to live a normal life. The body gets used to the effects of alcohol, which leads to tolerance, which in itself is a sign of excessive alcohol intake. Let's hear when Rethabile was able to pick up on his alcohol problem.
Not really. Okay. To put it like this, drugs and alcohol obviously can present party, like the party things. They're things that make you feel good about yourself. Right. So you don't realize why you're using. Yes. You don't realize for years. Because my journey went all the way 20 years or up, you know what I'm saying? So there are certain things that happen in your life during that period that shock you, that you kind of get wake-up calls, but you don't take you take for granted. Right. You don't take seriously, but you realize. Yeah.
Substance abuse affects all areas of your life, including your personal life, your family life, and your work life, as well as your overall functioning. This was most certainly the case with Rethabile, as we'll hear.
Drug users are very manipulative. So they were aware, but I was able to manipulate them. In terms of they would know that at this time is no more using, or we're going behind their back. Yes. That's why I said yes and no. But I was very manipulative about it.
Okay. And you told us about your first wake-up call. Can you tell us about the others?
The others were losing my soon-to-be ex-wife. Because obviously I grew up in a family structure where there was a mom, there was a dad, there were people in the house. So when I lost those people, which was my wife, my children, and I stayed alone, I lost my structure. So that's when my life really started breaking up. In 2017, that's when everything became, that's when I was losing myself.
And how did drugs affect you? How were you affected by drugs?
As a person, it affected my ambitions, because I think we use drugs, we are cowards. People that use drugs, nowadays I refer to them, we're cowards because we can't face what we have to face, which is life. We can't face challenges, so we tend to run to drugs. It affected me. I lost a whole lot of good friends. They withdrew from me. I didn't lose them, they just withdrew from me. I destroyed my inheritance, what my people, what my late mom and dad left for me in the process. My house. I destroyed my name. And I put my family through turmoil. I destroyed relationships within the family. Because one would stick up for me, today the other one, they ended up fighting amongst themselves because of me. And I almost destroyed my children's legacy in terms of being a provider, in terms of being a father. I couldn't step up. So they destroy your name in the community, associated with you become a criminal because you're a drug user. So people don't look at you in the same way they used to look at you.
Most often, people go for treatment due to family pressure, which is the reason why most users continue with their habits. Acceptance is the first step, and the decision to quit must come from the individual themselves. Let's hear what was Rethabile's turning point.
Yes. I went to 2 rehabs. I went to 1 rehab in Forsberg, but it wasn't my time. It was my family's time. It was not my time. I was not doing it for myself. I was doing it maybe for other people. So it wasn't out of free will. I wasn't forced or anything because I consented, but it wasn't my time and it wasn't God's time.
Quitting substances is always the best decision for you and your family. Some community supportive networks such as rehabilitation centers, medical facilities, and some community support groups such as Alcohol Anonymous are very good resources. Let's hear what support Rethabile had.
I was so fortunate to have went to the right place at the right time, where I met my spiritual mother, Madam Sadi, and my bishop, Dr. Monkhi. They welcomed me into the home, and I'm here because of them today. And God used them to save my life, and I'm very grateful.
Drugs and substances are ravaging our communities, and they require a multi-sectoral approach to fighting them. Rethabile had a very powerful message to users, and on that note, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching The Faces of Mental Health, and please like and subscribe to our channel for more content on mental health and wellness.